Hello, good evening everybody. I'm Dr. Saliha Nurain. I'm an interventional cardiologist at Jayadeva Institute of Cardiology, Bangalore. Today, we are going to talk about heart diseases in women. It's very important for us to know the heart diseases that affect women because I think of late we all know that cardiovascular diseases have become the number one killer not only in men but also in women. In spite of this fact that not many women are aware of this condition. Hence, it's very important for us to understand what are the conditions in the heart that affect women. Now, heart disease can encompass many conditions of the heart, namely coronary artery disease, cardiomyopathies, that is the diseases that affect the heart muscle, arrhythmias, that is rhythm disorders of the heart. But most importantly, I think we need to understand coronary artery disease, and that is what is going to be our topic for today. Now, coronary artery disease can manifest in various ways, but how is it different in men and women is what we are going to talk today. Basically, coronary artery disease includes blockages in the blood vessels that supply the heart, which give rise to condition known as coronary artery disease. Now, this blockage can vary in the severity, and the manifestation could typically be chest pain, both in men and women. But how is this different in women? We have a lot of data which shows that this disease can manifest slightly differently, what we call as atypical presentation in women compared to men. And this could include the symptoms which women can come forward with are lightheadedness, dizziness, shortness of breath, undue fatigue, palpitations, indigestion symptoms, nausea, vomiting. So women need to be aware that this could be a sign of early coronary artery disease. Now, what are the risk factors for women compared to men? The risk factors are the common ones which affect both men and women are diabetes. Diabetes has become one of the most significant risk factors in Indian population today. The others include hypertension, bad cholesterol levels, obesity, metabolic syndrome. All these are common in men and women, but there are some conditions which are exclusively put the women at a higher risk compared to men, and these include gestational diabetes. It's nothing but diabetes during pregnancy, hypertension during pregnancy, polycystic ovarian disease. All these are the conditions which put women at a higher risk for developing coronary artery disease, and also the oral contraceptive pills that women use for contraception, that also can give rise to clotting tendency in your blood vessels. So women need to be aware of this fact before using these pills, and they should consult their doctor before that. Now coming to how we've learned how the disease manifests in women, but we also need to know that what are the treatment options available for this. First of all, I think prevention is the most important aspect of any disease. So how do we prevent coronary artery disease? That it includes maintaining a very healthy lifestyle, that is maintain an ideal weight, have a balanced diet which is rich in fruits and vegetables and fibers, avoid smoking, give up smoking, avoid consuming alcohol in excessive amount, because moderate amount is permissible for cardiac patients, but not in anything excess amounts is bad for the health. Then physical exercise is very important. The guidelines recommend minimum 30 minutes a day of aerobic exercises for at least 5 times a week. So maintaining a healthy lifestyle includes your exercise, maintaining a healthy weight. This comes to prevention. Now, what are the options available for women who are diagnosed with this condition? How do we pick up the disease? Any women who come to you have to report any of these symptoms which I have mentioned before to your doctor, and your doctor might ask you for a certain test that could be your electrocardiogram, that is an ECG, an echocardiogram, which is nothing but an ultrasound of your heart, a treadmill test, and various other tests which can be explained by your doctor as and when needed. Now, what are the treatment options available? If a woman is diagnosed with blockages in their heart vessels, the degree of blockages will determine the level of treatment. If the blockages are mild, then probably your doctor will just ask you to take certain medications which will keep which will stabilize the blockage and prevent further progression. But in case if the blockage is too much, or suppose a woman has presented with an acute heart attack, then there might be a need for an angiogram and an angioplasty. Or if too many blockages are there, then probably your doctor is going to suggest for a bypass surgery that will be dealt on an individual basis. But one more thing, what women need to be aware of, that some conditions which are different in men and women is what is known as microvascular disease. Now microvascular disease is something that dysfunction of the small vessels which are there in your heart, which cannot be normally picked up by an angiogram. Now we have enough data of late which shows that microvascular dysfunction is much higher in men compared to women. In women compared to men. And how do we deal with this? I think the best way is to have a healthy lifestyle. To prevent this dysfunction. Exercise, as I said, is very important. Another heart disease which is again most likely more than 3 times in women compared to men, which I would like to highlight today, is something called as broken heart syndrome. It is a condition of the heart muscle which the heart muscle suddenly dilates, and the heart becomes weak. It's unable to pump enough blood, and this is exclusively seen in women compared to men. And any condition that can cause undue stress, it could be a major surgery or trauma or a major stroke or even excessive intense emotional stress, can precipitate this condition. And at times it becomes very difficult to differentiate between a heart attack and this broken heart syndrome. So you need to consult your doctor immediately to differentiate between these conditions, and so that it can be managed accordingly. I hope I've been able to throw some key points of heart diseases in women. Thank you.